Manchester City are expected to sign Musiala next summer. The deal, according to multiple reports shared by the Manchester City aggregators, is that it's going to cost around 100 plus million. But Manchester City to sign Jamal Musiala next summer. This is scary. This is dangerous. This is disheartening. This is absolutely... I think if you're Arsenal, if you're Liverpool, if you're a Man United fan like me that hopes that we're going to be on the comeuppance in the next few years, if you're a Newcastle fan who hopes they're going to get back to their best, if you're a Chelsea supporter that think, I believe in Clearlake or Todd Boehly, whoever owns your club in the future, they're going to get us back to the very peak of our powers. When you read news like this, you realize, my God, what chance do we really have, especially if Pep Guardiola stays. Now, I understand. I'm not one of these fans who thinks nobody can compete with City. There's loads of teams that can spend. There's absolutely loads of teams that can spend. There's absolutely loads of teams that have the ability to be able to buy well, grow their team and squad. But you know what with Man City? They are so well run. And I know a lot of people will mention the 115 charges. I get it. And we speak about that on the terrace. Of course we do. People hate that we speak about it, but we do talk about it. And I speak about it because I think it's important to understand what's going on. And even when we put out news, we then get counter claims. I then learn and get educated, and it's great. But the one thing you've never seen me do is put down or downplay how well run Manchester City Football Club are. Yes, they have Pep, who makes them exponentially better. But at the same time, they are so well run. They're always forward thinking. They're always looking to improve their team, to improve their squad. And it's reading this news and seeing that Musiala could be on his way to Manchester City. These reports seem pretty credible as well. City fans are really, really excited. This just feels like a sobering moment. KDB's coming to the end of his career. You know, could that be an opportunity? Maybe if they don't have that creativity, maybe if they don't have that star quality, then they might drop off 5%. That 5% might enable my team to win the league. Musiala, look, he ain't at KDB's level yet, but what a talent to sign. On top of this, there's a little bit of positive news within this. On top of this, it's reported that Erling Haaland is about to get a new deal. Now, there's reports of a buyout clause for Real Madrid if Real Madrid want to come in for him. And funnily enough, for years, I always thought Mbappe and Haaland couldn't play together. Watching the way Real Madrid looks so imbalanced with him playing as the striker, I actually think there's the possibility they could, as long as the midfield and maybe the other wide player have creativity in them. I still don't think Haaland would do a great job in this current Real Madrid team because there's a lot of players that want to be goal scorers and not so much creators. But they would still create a lot of chances. I'm not saying they don't create, all right? Let's not get that twisted. But Haaland getting a new deal. Musiala maybe joining the football club. Honestly, I do mean this, and this is not hope. This is just a reality. I only hope that Man City get found guilty if they are guilty. Genuinely. If they are proven innocent, as they believe they have that unequivocal evidence that will prove it. They give Haaland a new deal and they sign Musiala. There is talk that KDB might extend a bit longer as well. They're going to do a 5-peat and a 6-peat. They may win another couple of Champions Leagues, which catches them up with Chelsea and Manchester United, and only put them a handful away, like not a million miles away from Liverpool. The legacy that they are creating is mesmerizing. And when I spoke a few years ago of being scared of Arsenal, that was from the perspective and point of view of being in the mud where my club, Man United, were, and a team essentially leaving and becoming very, very competitive again. With City, it's a different fear, it's a different concern, it's a different worry. They are closing in, and they have been for years. They've surpassed Chelsea in terms of total number of trophies. And over the next 2 to 3 years, you'd anticipate that to grow. They're closing in on Arsenal, and they are closing the gap on Manchester United and Liverpool. And if this trend continues for another 6, 7, 8 years, and don't put it past City to continue this because they are so well run. And it's all, listen, the coach is important, the players are important, but it's all knitted together by how well run you are. Don't put it past them to start closing that gap. I think they're sort of 30 trophies behind. And it sounds a lot. But if they win another 10 to 15 trophies in the next 8 years, and Man United only pick up 1 or 2, or none, which is plausible, 1, 2, maybe 3, again, it just closes that gap nearer and nearer. And it's the big trophies. You know, they start getting 2 Champions Leagues, 3 Champions Leagues. That's a different area. That's a European legacy. Without a shadow of a doubt. They already have one, having completed a treble. But it's just, from my point of view, seeing this news. And by the way, I'm congratulatory towards Man City. You know, it would be a phenomenal signing for them. But genuinely, it's painful. And I heard Mark Goldbridge the other day state that no one can catch them. No one can catch them. I disagree with that. You can. But it's going to take years. It's going to take years because they're already at the top and they behave like a club that wants to stay there. They behave like a Real Madrid. They behave like a Bayern Munich. And invariably, those clubs get it right. You may have a year or 2 where it goes wrong, but even when Pep leaves, I can't imagine there being too many seasons out of the next 10, 15, 20, as long as the Sheikh and his ownership group stay there, where they sort of fall outside of challenging or always being considered one of the favourites for the European Cup, one of the favourites for the Premier League. And I think that I never expected them to fall away, but anybody that was, wake up and smell the coffee. They're going absolutely nowhere. They have all the money in the world. Their revenues are sky high. And if you get loads of money and you run a club well, that leads to success and trophies. It's just you go through history and look at all the richest clubs in each and every major footballing nation. If they're well run, they win. It's a very basic formula. So I saw this news. I had to react to it. I simply had to. I just thought to myself, wow. And this is going to trigger some Man United fans because they'll say, but I think they're cheating. And if they're cheating, they'll be found out. But the only thing they've been accused of cheating is raising money that shouldn't be there. The way they operate with that money is still inspiring. And when you're in Man United, for instance, my club, when you're any of the top Premier League teams, you earn similar amounts of money. So you could still operate in the same way. That's the one thing that's true. That is the one thing that I think is undeniable, because Scott McTominay equalised here. No, he doesn't. Sorry. I am watching Portugal-Scotland while I'm recording this. But look, I want your thoughts and I want your feelings. Scary, scary times ahead for Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea and co. Haaland new deal. Musiala in the summer. This is a madness. Hit the like and the share button. I'll see you all again soon.